Hi, today I'm going to talk more about Pengjin again, but now so remember this Pengjin is the internal part, the Negang part, that creates an external movement, which is really, I think, unique to Taiji. Other systems can do it, but we do it right at the beginning of the practice. So this is really trying to get the up, I've been explaining before, and the out to create all the movements. So once you've got that internal correspondence, you have an external movement that corresponds with that internal movement. So in general, the up creates what I call a vertical circle. So as you shift into one leg, you lift up the instep, and that creates a circle kind of going this way. So the shifting is a byproduct of the up. It's not like you're shifting normally like this, like we do in everyday life. You're shifting by pressing down into the foot, lifting the instep, that lifting the back, and that dissolving the empty side. And that's the product of yang and yin, respectively, and then it switches to the other side. So that's basically the vertical circle created by this up. Right? So the internal aspect creates the external movement, which is this I call vertical circle. That creates a potential for the out, which is this horizontal circle, or this yin movement, right? So you have this yang aspect creating the spine and this whole structure of the thing, and the yin aspect is this movement. So the dissolving leg on the yang aspect creates potential for a turn, basically, which is the completion of yin. So a complete yang creates this turn towards that yang leg by opening the empty leg out more. So that is this yin turn, or the out. So actually the hips and shoulders, everything moves apart. So that all, again, internal has to create external movement. So the internal, everything spreading, all the fascia inside spreading, and then that creates this opening of the joints and turning of the waist. So that represents two postures, right? So the up represents kind of basically push, everything kind of moving this way. And that's a very basic way of looking at it, but you can do that. The other one is rollback, which is everything opening this way. And so that also is exemplified by a turn. The turn is really, again, like I said, the spiral aspect, which I mentioned before. So the turn is actually the completion of both turns. So the peak of yin then creates yang again, and you go back to the first turn. So this is the cycle of shifting and turning in Tai Chi. It's not shifting and turning like we do normally in our everyday life. It's this internal aspect creating an external movement. And so this is really important in Tai Chi.